He can get downhill and get to the free throw line. Like Bill's goal is try to get to the line 8-9 times a game, and he's got the body in the game to do that.
Ryan Conwell, brand new to the Louisville program, a senior, made 1 of 2 at the line. Peterson will lift, and a little bit too strong. The high rebound is going to be tapped back out. He goes for it. An airborne pass, nice save into the corner to Trey White, the senior from Dallas. He'll fire that one up. Roots with a good defensive job on him. Kenai Roots, the 6'10 sophomore, he's back. Not many faces coming back for Louisville. Nice play here, run beautifully. And the Cardinals with their first 2-point basket.
And Ali Khalifa, he's like a point guard at 6'10". They run the offense through him when he's on the floor. He averaged 4 assists a game at BYU and over 3-to-1 assist-to-turnover ratio.
That's why they call him the Egyptian magician from Alexandria.
To buy into his vision and getting the right guys. And you think about Pat Kelsey, he's got all these little trademark little words like a simple one, SVP. No, Scott, we're not talking about you, bro. It's stance, it's vision, it's positioning. What he's got, like, do the basics brilliantly. That's what he wants from his team right now. They're a little hyped up right now. Do the basics brilliantly. Like, basically keep it simple, make the right plays. 85% of your offense is hooping, which means we're going to play off of concepts. All right, we're going to make plays out of plays. The most important thing in the history of the program is the next thing, or the next play, or coming out of this timeout. His energy, his passion, his ownership is infectious, and these guys buy into it.
Khalifa will lift and knock it down. The big guy can shoot it. The 7-foot senior, not just a passer. He played at BYU and Charlotte. That's a lot of experience.
That's a lot of experience, a lot of games, and an incredible amount of versatility.
Torn away by Rogers, the senior from Cincinnati, who sat out last year, College of Charleston. Pat Kelsey's former school with a knee injury. Could be a real factor. He'll lift this one. Could not knock it down. Rebound batted around. Loose ball into the corner. And another whistle here. Bert Smith blowing the whistle. 14:27 to go in the first half.
You run your offense through your bigs. Now Khalifa, he's got a little joker in his game right there. You help on the dribble handoff. He pops back, knocks down the 3. He can drop the dime on the back door. An experienced player with a great feel for the game. And when you play through your post in the middle of the floor, it opens up the floor for cutting. They got the back door out of that.
He's a great kid.
Oh, impressive.
And a lot of fun to chat with. You and I had a long chat with him before the game today. Out of the corner, McNeely can't hit it. Rebound picked off by Roots, and a second chance here for the Cardinals. They're very cold out of the gate from three-point land. Nicely done underneath that. Roots draws the foul, and he is headed to the line as well.
And you talk about exactly when you play with a big in the middle of the floor, it opens up the floor for cutting like that. A little slip because you're going to switch that little wide pin down. Bam, easy scoring opportunity. When you have bigs that can pass the ball, it opens up the floor. Now you have to become a good cutting and passing team and make the right play. Terrific job. The offense has slowed down with Khalifa in the game, and now all of a sudden they're dictating the shot and playing off the defense. Hunt great is one of Pat Kelsey's favorite lines. You hunt great when you move the ball, you move people, and you're a good cutting team.
Now, lots of work to do for the Ville. They lost 4 starters, including the electrifying Chucky Hepburn, the ACC Defensive Player of the Year, now with Toronto in the NBA.
Yep. Absolutely incredible, really, what they've been able to do. Chucky Hepburn, the guy that was at Wisconsin, had a terrific career, but was given a little bit more freedom.
Rosario with a miss from the corner. It's going to be tipped out and goes back over to the Cardinals. They were down 9-0 in this game. So quite a bounce back as they settled things down. You mentioned Khalifa, the #1 reason.
Khalifa settled them down. Look, 4 of these guys never played in the Yum Center when they started that game. They got 15,000 people here. The expectation, the preparation, you're excited to put that uniform on for real for the first time. It takes time to settle in.
This is such a great town, great basketball town. The fans support the program and are so excited about it after what they accomplished last year, coming in ranked number 11. And they're going to take the lead. And a quick strike underneath by Rogers to lead it 11-9. Kobe Rogers who led Nova Southeastern to a Division II national title, now looking to do it at this level. Long one on the way, going to be short by Trey White. And all the momentum has jumped to the Cardinals here inside the Yum Center. Brown gives it up around the back pass there by Khalifa. Maybe a little too much there.
He saw the play. The guy has incredible vision to see the play.
Peterson leaning into one, but it won't drop for him. Getting off to a very hot start.
Having a guy like Kobe Rogers who's been with Pat Kelsey, who understands, he becomes the energizer buddy off the bench. What a great pass.
Hadley underneath. And a whistle with 12:57 to go in the half.
Watch it. You dribble at the defender. You read it. All right, the defender does not turn his head, and you just drop the dime. That's just a great job. Great cutting teams are great offensive teams. If you are a good cutting team and you play with space, you're going to get a good shot. And that's exactly what that's an example of.
Well, you see the fire there to Coach Kelsey. On Marco Jackson, the sophomore from New Jersey for Kansas, and Rogers also hitting the bench there. You're probably going to see a lot of that. A lot of folks in and out of both lineups in the early going. Both coaches talked about it for an exhibition like this. Quick substitutions, and a lot of them at least early in tonight's game. So the Ville by 3. In for Jackson. Bill Self talking about before the game. He thinks he has more shooting, better athletes, and a bigger team this year. Council leaning inside. It won't drop for him. Rebound loose. And out of play off Kansas. So in the first few minutes, every loose ball wound up dropping into the hands of the Jayhawks. They were getting all the advantages. And suddenly the tide has turned here for Pat Kelsey. He's going to have one of the oldest teams as well. Come the start of the regular season, he's going to have an average of 21 years a man. So one of the oldest teams in Division I. Brown over the top. Long one for McNeely. Another loose ball and another whistle. A lot of fouls here early on. That'll go against Zugaris, the 6'8" junior for Louisville. Big Ellis Zugaris, who like Frew, spent time as a professional in Greece. 22 years old now. Lots of international experience. Louisville with a couple of former pros on their roster. Well, it may be an exhibition game, but when it's Kansas and Louisville, that's going to catch your attention. And when you have two of the best freshmen in America going toe-to-toe, it's another great reason to tune in. Trey White trying to get by McNeely, who ties him up, but he got free and laid it in. Very strong move to the hole. And a one-point game. Brown Jr. trying to put his stamp on it. The dipsy-do, that won't spin in. Council, he gets bumped and fouled. He is that man. He loves to pass. Obviously a very willing passer, but he's so creative. He's going to be great fun to watch this season. That, by the way, that's Pat Kelsey. When we ran that clip earlier, he was very calm, cool, collected. But when you watch him in practice and on the floor in the game, you wonder where they plug him in. Great energy. And what a job he's done here. McDowell out high now for the Jayhawks. Gives it up for Jackson. He's in some foul trouble. White will fire and knock it down with a long three-pointer from Trey White. A portal acquisition now at his 4th university. And he puts Kansas on top. He has 5 points. And a nice save on the sideline by Woolley.
You know, I was listening to you before. You're pretty good at this.
Well, hey, I love the access there to just be able to. Can we do that all the time? Just walk up and talk to the head coach?
Usually I'm better when the bite's off. That's a big-time play by Cromwell. You close at him hard. He's a big-time three-point shooter. What does he do? He racks it, gets to the rim, gets on balance, and finishes.
Conwell, 6'4" senior. He's also played at South Florida and Indiana State and Xavier. So yet another guy with tons of experience. Beautifully run play as they get it downstairs for Tiller.
Yeah, little roll replace action. And Tiller, I think he's the X factor for Kansas. You're talking about a guy that redshirted last year. He was injured. 6'10", can step out and shoot the three. But more importantly, he's got to give him some inside scoring and rim protection.
Zugris over the top and floated up and in. And 2 points for Hadley, the graduate out of Minnesota. Very popular guy here because he's one of the few returning faces for the Cardinals. Got a big hand in the pregame introductions. That's going to be a blocking foul. With just about 10 minutes to go in the first half.
I'm a huge Javon Hadley fan because he's about one thing. He's about winning. The guy just plays to his strengths right there. Ooh, I'm not sure about that. Outside the restricted area, feet were set. Tough call, you know, for the officials. These are exhibition games as well. Not that I could do their job. And they've got a more difficult job because they really want to get scoring back up in college basketball. They're going to be very cognizant about freedom of movement. And that continuation play is going to be interesting as well.
Yes, that's new. And you wonder how late in games that may really influence final scores if players use it properly, and will the officials call the continuation? Going to be really interesting.
Down the stretch, those full court shots that used to be you give a foul right before, that guy plants that foot, picks the ball up. We're going to have some interesting endings.
Council at the line makes it 18-16 to Jayhawks. Ranked number 6 in the Big 12 in a coaches poll. Houston, BYU, Texas Tech are 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, and again, I'm not big on coaches polls. I'm not big on preseason polls because with so many teams having so many new players, you really don't know who you are and how you win until you get in these type of situations.
That's right. Kansas was the preseason number 1 last year. That one won't drop, and in transition, here comes Kansas. Peterson has been quiet lately, now starting to get noisy. A long three. He can flat shoot it.
He can shoot it, he can score, but that's a big time play by McDowell. Putting his eyes on the rim, seeing the play, making the right decision.
Brown Jr. looking to answer. He and Peterson did go head-to-head at the high school level. Brown Jr. had 29, Peterson had 39, and his team won it. That was prolific prep in Napa.
And right there, great job of McDowell seeing the play, making the right decision, and great footwork. We always talk about great shooters. Great shooters have great footwork. Get your feet underneath, step into the pass, get behind the ball, shot ready. He's done that now 2 times. Really good shot preparation. I think Brown right now, who I absolutely love, you watch his preparation in these practices the last 2 days, he's got to just take a deep breath and enjoy the moment and let it come.
Peterson leading all scorers with 10. That's going to be a kick ball with 9:21 to go in the opening half. Peterson, one of the most highly recruited players in Kansas history. That's saying an awful lot. McDonald's All-American, the Naismith National High School Player of the Year. Bill Self said he's the most prepared freshman we've had here in 22 years. He gets a touch, draws the double, and threw it away. Rogers stepped in. Nice pick and drive for 2.
Rogers has been like an Energizer bunny for this Louisville team. And really good job. You get the ball in the trap, you rotate to the next pass, you force a skip, he reads the passer's eyes and makes a steal.
Kobe Rogers with 4. The handoff for Peterson. For the big man, and Baduga will slam that down on a whistle 2.
That is so good. You talk about Peterson. He comes off that dribble handoff. He gets downhill, exactly what Bill Self wants him to do. He draws the second. Watch him come. He gets downhill. Boom. Gets downhill, draws the second defender. Eyes on the rim. No tag on the weak side. That's exactly how Bill Self wants him to play. Don't settle for the middle game. Get to the rim, draw a second defender, and make a play.
It looked like he was going to transfer last spring. He was on his way to Auburn, but he changed his mind. And the phenom Peterson really talked him into staying.
Yeah, and you're talking about Badinga. I mean, I think he makes the biggest jump of maybe any player in the Big 12. He's got great hands. He can run the floor. He rebounds the basketball. But he's got to be consistent. You move up on that scatter report, you got to be consistent. You got to be an everyday guy.
Well, he gives it up. Conwell will fire. One of the 2 lefties on the roster for the Cardinals. And I believe he got tied up and hit on the play. So he'll draw the foul.
Yeah, you talk about, like, right now Louisville's not knocking down the 3. Those three new players last year combined for 273 made threes.
Wow.
Over 40% from the three combined, about 41%. The least of Pat Kelsey's worries right now is if those guys are going to make shots.
So far, 1 for 9 from 3 and in and out for Khalifa. But you're talking about these three guys who can really shoot it.
They got to get the right shots. Get the shots within the offense. Get shots in transition. Get the shots on one-mores.
McDowell gives it up for Rosario. Now into the corner. The long one a little bit too strong by Tiller. And tipped out with 8 minutes to go before the break.
And Tiller can make that shot. But Bill Self the other day in practice said we've got to get an inside presence. We've got to get paint touches. We've got to get post-ups. We've got to get an inside presence. Tiller's got to start inside out. As talented as he is, but he's a redshirt freshman, a lot of growth.
Now Bill making his way back after a heart procedure. That one knocked down by Peterson. He'll drill in another one and continues when he gets his shot just to drain one after another.
Great job coming off that screen. It was a screen, re-screen, and his ability again, his footwork, his shot preparation, terrific.
Peterson with the thefts. Louisville trying to get it downstairs, a turnover. Peterson steps back, a three, yes! And another triple for the freshman. I guess he's a freshman. That doesn't look like a rookie.
Darren Peterson, 3-level scorer. That third level's pretty dangerous. Watch it on the right-hand side of the screen. He came off that screen, shot ready behind the ball, knocks down the jumper, then off the bounce. Little rhythm dribble, elevates, bam, knocks down the three. This dude's
out, and the Cardinals just 1 for 13 from 3 set.
And Pat Kelsey is not concerned about 1 for 3. Now he's going to go back and he's going to evaluate and grade shot attempts. The quality of the shot is the most important thing. They're going to shoot three-point shots. And they're a terrific three-point shooting team. The quality of the three-point shots is something that I'm sure he's going to look at.
Woolley outside the 3. Bounce feed downstairs, and once again, a loose ball, and Kansas comes away with it. They were getting all those loose balls early on. It was Council to scoop it up.
Kansas is doing a terrific job of basically heels to the three-point line, pressuring the ball and forcing contested catches and pushing that Louisville offense out one step.
Council Jr., nice decision there to float that one in. Decided to keep it himself and drops in 2. McGilly open to swish it in. To your point, one of the best three-point shooters in the country, transferring from Virginia, led the ACC at 42% last year.
And Bill Self not happy. Defensive transition, you got to lock and find shooters. And that was a quality 3, step in 3, in rhythm, in transition. Louisville will be an excellent three-point shooting team.
Council nifty move. He'll draw the whistle. So the senior from Rochester, New York at the line. Peterson coming back on. Darren Peterson already with 18 points in his first heavyweight matchup, realizing it's an exhibition, but it's not being played that way, not being coached that way. And look at his numbers.
His numbers, and look at his efficiency. One thing is numbers, but how is he getting those numbers? He's getting those numbers efficiently, taking good shots, taking what the defense gives him, and also at times drawing a second defender and making the right play, like when he got downhill off the handoff and threw the lob to Bedinga.
So Dawson out and Peterson back on. Peterson, the third #1 ranked freshman to play for Bill Self. On our list, our ESPN 100, we've got him at #2. A lot of people have him #1. Khalifa back for Brown Jr. straight on. Got a good look, couldn't hammer that one home.
Really good look off that pitch back, got his feet set. They're trying to get that thing inside right now. This is a big lineup for Kansas.
Tiller at 6'11", just gave it up. Peterson again. Here's his 3. Yes!
How clean does that thing come out? That rhythm dribble going to his left hand and get his feet underneath him. You got to make him a driver right now and just hope you can get some help.
21 points in the first half here at the Yum Center for him. Woolley denied. Tiller with the rejection. And a jump, and they'll keep it on this end after the tie-up.
This is just really good. This is just watch. He's going to come behind the play, close out, late close out, rhythm dribble, jumps up and knocks it down. And his poise and his footwork and his ability to get himself on balance, plays with a great lower base. If you can get a good lower base and get on balance and get behind the ball, with the athleticism and his ability to make shots, that is really impressive.
Well, give me an NBA guy who's a comp for him.
Man, I'll tell you one thing. You put me on the spot here. You know, it's kind of early. I mean, he's good off the bounce. He's got incredible range. I mean, it's hard to find the right guy that would say who he is, because he can also handle the ball and play. You know, initiate your offense. That's why I call him a ball guard. They're playing through him. Now I'm going to have to do a little homework at halftime.
I look forward to that.
I like that. Oh, be way to put me on the spot.
Well, we know this. He's got a terrific nickname. His nickname is Bucket Jones. He's carried with him for a while. All he does is make buckets. He's certainly doing that here in the first half. He is lighting it up.
To me, he's the silent assassin, because if you watch him in practice, he doesn't say two words. He makes a whole lot of plays and a whole lot of shots, but he doesn't say boo.
So Louisville looking for someone to answer come the second half. We've got a minute and 15 before halftime. Peterson will give it up for Council Jr. Peterson to the baseline. Shot clock inside 10. Peterson again. Thought he got fouled on the play. No whistle there. And out it goes with 56.5. in the first half here at Louisville. And a 13-point lead for Kansas. And Mike Elbron Jr. back on. Woolley will take a seat here for Pat Kelsey. Brown trying to get heated up. The freshman looking to make a move in close, deflected away. Banduga was there with the deflection. He gets a lot of blocks. Led Kansas in blocks last year. Peterson, another one, wide open for three more.
Brandon Roy, maybe?
Not bad.
Not bad.
Not bad
Brandon
at all.
Roy, just the way he sets it up, gets behind the ball. I mean, I would say a little Ray Allen the way he shoots it right now.
Little Ray Allen. That goes a long way.
That goes a long way.
24 for Darren Peterson in his first half.
Ray Allen didn't put it on the floor like him, though.
Rogers, final seconds. Gives it up. Conwell lifts. He can't hit it. Kansas will draw a foul to a 2.3 to go. 9 from three-point distance.
You asked me the comparison. I had to start thinking about it. Does he have a little Dwayne Wade in his game?
Sure does.
You know, the athleticism, the size. Now, I mean, Dwayne was a good shooter, not a great shooter. This guy's efficiency is ridiculous.
Inbounded for Council Jr. And he will walk it up for Kansas. Kansas picked 6th in the Big 12 by the coaches. I don't know about that. That looks awfully low. And another whistle here with 17-17 to go.
They didn't need to reset the shot clock. Doesn't change the possession.
So Kansas up by 12. Take a closer look at the top 8 inside the conference. The preseason poll: Houston, BYU, Texas Tech, Arizona did get a first place vote. Kansas there, number 6.
This conference, very similar. Every single night is an absolute rock fight. The environments in the Big 12 are as good as any environment of any conference. It's absolutely incredible, the ownership and passion of the fans of the Big 12.
Tiller handing off for Council Jr. Back to him, a little give and go, and a foul. They'll head to the line to shoot a couple.
That was really good execution, because what they used Peterson as a decoy. As he went down the lane and exited out the weak side, it opened up a middle ball screen, and no one was in position to tag Tiller as the roller. Really good adjustment by Bill Self, creating a set using a misdirection with Peterson.
Well, Conwell picked up his 3rd foul for the Cardinals. And Tiller drops in the first one, the freshman from Atlanta. Look at their freshman additions. Now, he redshirted for Kansas last year, but he is still unknown. Talking about Tiller back in Lawrence. 7'3" wingspan. And Bill Self says he's a pro right now.
He is the biggest X factor for, I think, the Kansas basketball team as a front court potential impact player. Great job of Conwell again running the floor. Watch another defender stepping out.
Hadley on the run out, a quick strike on the other end for the Cardinals. White will bounce for Tiller. Trying to get downstairs. It got free up top. Peterson. He's trying to get by, but he is going to draw the foul on the play. And that'll go against Hadley. I was not too happy to hear that whistle. And got a little bit chippy at the end. Did not think he committed a foul there. And the crowd letting him have it a bit. 51-40 Kansas. And Darren Peterson, who had a phenomenal first half at 24 points, will inbound. Peterson looking for the baseline. Inside close. No. Tiller with a rebound. No. Got a couple of cracks at it. The Cardinals come away with it. Trying to cut into this lead on their home floor. Khalifa straight on. Got a really good look. It's a shot he can hit. And he did in the first half. And another whistle. 16-18 to go. And Peterson slow to rise, but on his feet. And Khalifa off target. And Peterson went down hard on his rear end. Looking to work inside off the iron. The shot won't go for Hadley, but he'll be at the line to shoot. Hadley, a guy who can really rebound. Totaled 17 games with at least 10 rebounds last year for Pat Kelsey. Returning starter at the line. 12 points, 7 rebounds a game, and drops in number 1. And stops at Northeastern and Colorado as well, out of St. Paul, Minnesota. And makes the pair. So 51-42. Council Jr. to bring it across. Crowd starting to get loud here at the Yum Center. Rosario off to White. And a whistle, and that'll candor. He's always going to be a straight shooter and tell you exactly what he thinks. And does not like some of the one-on-one plays. So Kansas dominating in the first half. They're up 16 at the break. Louisville's made a bit of a run, but Peterson with 24. 6 out of 10 beyond the three-point line. And Louisville with the basketball, and they've picked up their level of play here in these last couple of minutes. Rogers out high, lost the dribble. Tipped around. Nearly stolen away, tipped out by Kansas. Louisville a preseason number 11. Kansas number 19. People are going to have to rethink that. Khalifa lost it. Peterson comes away. He's on the attack. He'll slam it in. He has 26.
Bill Self said they had to get back to guard. I guess they got the deflection, got out in transition play ahead of the defense. Nice job.
And another one. Picked off by Trey White. Here's Council in transition. Back to Council in the corner, but not there for him.
Good relocate by Council. Once he gave it up, he got out behind the three-point line. Good shot, good decision. Just didn't finish the play.
Now Louisville will not wait. That one off the mark by Roots. So get a second effort. McDaly's triple. No. And a tie up here. On the jump. It'll stay on this end with 15:02 to go.
Really nice job. Peterson reading the play, coming from behind. A little high percentage finish. I love Coach Self's analysis about Peterson. Said he's pretty good.
Pretty good.
Yeah, not bad.
26 points on the road at Louisville. And the spin, the follow won't go there for Woolley, but he'll draw the foul. Adrian Woolley, sophomore out of Tuscaloosa. Transfer who started at Kennesaw State as a freshman, getting 19 a game. Kelsey said we have high expectations for him.
And this is a new experience for him. You talk about Kennesaw State, had an absolutely incredible year. You look at all freshmen of the year, 18 points a game, impacted the game a lot of different ways. This is a different stage. And you've got to acclimate yourself to 15,000 people playing in front of, Kansas, a national championship type environment.
How do you help a kid
he's a
do
really
that,
good
Coach?
player.
When you had a player who played at, a mid-major or whatever and came up and played for you, what are the things you talk to him about, even as you were recruiting him, about, hey, this is going to be different?
Well, it's going to be different. That's why you want to make that move from mid-major to high major. But you need to talk to him about, most importantly, is show what you can do, not what you can't do. Play to your strengths. All right? Find your comfort zone. Run the floor hard. Be a committed defender. Be a great teammate. Talk defensively. Be a hard cutter. But most importantly, show what you can do, not what you can't do.
Foul off the ball here against Louisville with 14:39 to go in the contest.
This is great because Bill Self now playing without Bedinga, he's got a chance to look at different lineups. Council's been pretty solid. White has yet to kind of get involved in the game, and he was a high major transfer, averaging over 10 points a game last year.
Big time. And a slam here by White. Hey, did you just
As
have
a cutter.
an earpiece in there? Or what do you
I didn't have an earpiece, but there's an example. If Peterson makes a play to the front of the rim, they got to rotate, and that opens up a really nice cut.
Conwell straight on, in and out. Boy, that was in the cylinder. Just wouldn't drop for him. So Jackson taking on McNeely. Lost the dribble. And Peterson has it again.
He's got big hands.
He has 26 points. Drive and a dish. Tiller on the baseline, though. White came in to spoil the rebound, but it comes out free to Khalifa. Louisville trying to push the tempo. He's on the line and turned over. Back over to Kansas it goes.
Triple penetration moves the defense. Right here. How many eyes are on Peterson? It's going to be a 10-eye guy. Watch every single player right now on that Louisville team's on the basketball when Peterson has it and he makes the right play. When you're a player like that, you're an 8 or a 10 guy, Mike. But that means that all eyes are on you, which means cutters are going to be open or guys that are relocating to open spots, what I call windows.
So White to hit the bench after a big-time slam just moments ago. 55-43 Kansas and the ball.
Jackson and McDowell have been pretty solid for Kansas.
Jackson, a guy who missed last season with a torn patellar tendon. He spent a lot of time with the coaches, he said, last year, watching film, contributing wherever he could.
And Bill said he's one of the best athletes he's ever coached, an explosive athlete. And, the guy was a McDonald's All-American. You know what sport he was really good? He was an All-American lacrosse player.
No kidding. Physical sport. Badunga back in despite the foul trouble for Kansas. A slam going high and airborne. Bryson Tiller for the dunk of the game so far.
It's a good rip and go, and that's the Tiller part of his game, the explosiveness, the physicality, the skill level that just, when you talk to Bill and the staff, they say that, like, that guy right there, he could be the X factor. Watch, rip, go, play off of 2 feet. Good decision by Isaac McNeely.
Bill Self talking about this game and about his team, and he said we're definitely more athletic than we were a year ago when they went 21-13, down year for Kansas by their standards, and knocked out in the first round of the NCAA tournament. That just doesn't happen to the Jayhawks. McDowell off the fake. Badunga on the attack. Spins, got it up there short. Rebound collected by Brown Jr., who's had a tough debut here. At least so far. Conwell too strong. They'll get a second chance. Here's Brown. Got it. He hits his first shot.
And a great decision right there, making one more pass. One more pass, which gets him a step in three.
So 57-46. We'll see if that brings him to life. Jackson off the window, but no, and draws a foul.
See the explosiveness of Jackson? This is a really good possession right there because that's an offensive rebound, kick out for three. Great extra pass by McNeely. And nice job of shot preparation by Brown. The best way to get an open three off an offensive rebound, you kick it out to relocate, you make one more. Really good offensive basketball.
Brown Jr. picked up his third foul to send Jackson to the stripe. Now Marco Jackson drops in the first one. 6'3" sophomore from New Jersey.
Taylor, Jackson, McDowell, all guys that basically redshirted last year. So really are just trying to get this. This is a great game for them to get their rhythm and get game action with the lights on. There's a difference between practice and when the lights go on.
Lights are certainly on inside the Yum Center. 59-46 Kansas. Knocked out a play and another whistle. 12:42.
And Bill Self not happy. You cannot foul 35 feet from the basket. Right? You keep the ball in front. You trace the basketball. You can't reach down. And again, he hasn't played in a year.
Pat Kelsey on the other side.
Lob.
Over the top. Bradley lost it. Knocked out, but tipped by Kansas. So Conwell to put it in. With 16 to get off a shot. Let's see if that three-pointer really got Brown Jr. going. Off the dribble. Off the iron. Tough rebound by Zugaris. Back inside on the drive, and Conwell, contact there. And knocked out a play with 12:24 left.
Pretty good verticality right there. Good job of beginning. You'd like to get that other arm up. When you go vertical, you cannot reach down.
So no foul, Zugaris. Conwell. And McDowell trying to hold him up. And the foul will go the other way. It'll be an offensive.
On the screener.
Conwell with his fourth foul. So Ryan Conwell in some trouble, even with the 6 fouls in this exhibition.
To this day, unfortunately.
Yeah, if you bounce it or it comes close, forget it. You're going to hear it forever, right?
Oh, I mean, have you ever thrown out, I mean, all of the Red Sox, have you ever thrown out the first pitch?
I have. I've done it at a college game. And I think they had it at
smoke?
92, I think.
92?
Maybe. Had a little tail on it.
What did Kelsey throw it at?
That looked like a circle change to me, Coach. So probably about 58. Glad it kind of made it, but what a throw for him. And he's such a electrifying coach. Did an amazing job last year. You and I talked about it before tonight's game. He comes from the Skip Prosser tree, and that's the guy that mentored him into a head coach.
Without a doubt, Skip Prosser, one of the truly great people in the history of, to me, of college coaching, as a person, as a coach, as a mentor, and he had an incredible effect on Pat. In fact, such an effect when Coach Prosser passed away. It impacted so many of us, but a following year after that, Pat took a year away from coaching to try to prioritize who he was, where he was in his life, and he came back with even greater passion and energy. But Coach Prosser was one of one. But he would be so proud of Pat, what he's doing, the success he's had, not only the success he's had, but how he's had this success by pouring into his teams, pouring into the community, and caring, because that's what Skip Prosser was all about.
Amazing energy out of Pat Kelsey's kids. Respond to that. The whole community has here. I think he got the loudest ovation of anybody in the pregame introductions in the Yum Center. What an amazing job he did last year, his first year at the helm, to bring back the Ville. McNeely on the drive and spin, left it short, and a whistle.
Rare to see McNeely shoot it off the dribble. He's a catch and three, a 1-2 dribble shooter. Nice to see he's trying to make plays. Pretty good footwork right there. Kansas has done a great job on Michael Brown because of how aggressive they've played him and physical they've been with him. But this guy here, he's a world-class shooter. I don't care how he's shooting it today. The end of the season, like most seasons, he'll be a 40-plus three-point shooter, and he will have a big-time year, especially with the spacing they play with.
Made 1 of 2, 14 a game last year for Virginia. Number 2 in the ACC in made threes. He makes a lot of them. But tonight just 2 for 6 beyond the three-point line. But still over 11 minutes to go here in Louisville. McDowell. Hard drive. Good stop. Deflected away by Frew. Woolley in transition. Senander Frew at 6'11" from Berlin, Germany. Woolley, yes, a three from the corner.
Another 40% three-point shooter recruited to Louisville to join, obviously, McNeely and Conwell. Another guy that will make shots.
Well, this big crowd, over 15,000 for an exhibition game.
Game pressure. This is so good for these teams to play a game where there's game pressure, where you've got to react and respond.
Badunga with the dribble now, getting inside for 2. They did not stop him. He just kept on rolling there.
Freshman to sophomore year, he could not have made that play last year. Played on balance, came to a stop, did a nice job of pivoting. That was a big-time play in the middle of the floor.
Tiller with the stuff on the other end to stop Frew. And puts him up by 14 again. Khalifa giving up the dribble. Back for Woolley. Khalifa just a superb passer. Drops that one downstairs. It's going
to be an impact player. 6'10", runs the floor, can switch 1 through 5, guard the ball, rebounds. And Darian Williams is a brutal matchup. But Matt Abel, we're talking about good freshmen in this conference. Matt Abel, 6'5" guard, is a 3-level scorer and a big-time player.
Another miss from distance. This one out of Woolley. Look at the construction of the NC State roster.
Trey Holloman, Michigan State transfer, explosive in transition, will ignite their transition game. Darian Williams is a matchup problem. Then Alan Lubin, a front court player, multifaceted, and those guys up front. Matt Abel is a real problem. He just has a great feel for the game and can really shoot it.
You know who else is a big problem? Bryson Tiller is a problem for Louisville on both ends of the floor. Here in the last 5 or 6 minutes, he's really been dominating this thing. And a pick. Stolen away. Kansas gets it to White. He will slam it in.
Turnovers for touchdowns. Really good job, White, being alert defensively. And Tiller's a guy who's another force. Tiller, to me, is like the X factor for this team. He just can do a lot of things. Paulo Banchero than Carlos Boozer. Caleb Wilson is an electric 6'9" athlete. Runs 4 jumps, knocks down jumpers, gets to the rim. We've seen Michael Brown Jr. We have not seen the best of him. He is going to be terrific. Neil Aldavis, 6'9" point guard for Virginia Tech that can run their offense through him.
Wow.
Terrific in ball screens, sees over the defense. He's going to be a difference maker for this Virginia Tech team, who's going to take a huge step forward this year. And Musa Sanya, 6'10", runs the floor, can defend multiple positions, gets to the offensive glass, can initiate the fast break off a defensive rebound. Had a chance to watch his first practice when he came to NC State. That guy potentially will be a lottery pick.
A terrific save there by Kobe Rogers on the baseline, but this one's going to go the other way, and Kansas will take over. But you made the great point earlier that the ACC needed to step up throughout the conference. They recognized that. That's going to, be a big investment. That's going to be on the line. So back over it goes. They've done that, and we're seeing the fruits probably of those labors right away.
Without a doubt. Look, the ACC's got such a great, rich tradition in the history of college basketball, tradition-rich programs. But the culture of college basketball and the business of college basketball has changed. And if you're going to want to maintain those traditions, then you got to invest in the new world of college athletics, which means, obviously, you can call it NIL, you can call it rev share, you can call it pay for play, whatever it is, you got to invest. Really good inbounds play. Pat Kelsey is terrific underneath that of bounds. Inbounders, most times the most dangerous player. Good dribble handoff. You think it's coming maybe out the other side. He does a good job off of that dribble handoff.
Trey White will shoot on the other end. Conwell, by the way, with 20 points. Kind of quietly, because Louisville's been playing catch-up most of the night since they got the whole 9-0, came back, took the lead. And a misfire will give it right back to the Cardinals.
But you've seen his versatility, knocking down threes and getting to the rim.
Conwell knocked away by Peterson, and Conwell reached in and committed the foul. Trying to slow up Peterson, who has 26 points tonight.
Great job of Peterson tracing the basketball. Watch, hands above the ball, hands above the ball, inside hand down, great strip. We've seen him knock down threes, we've seen him get to the rim, we've seen him make plays for other people. And there's a really nice job on the basketball, pressuring the basketball, tracing the ball, and putting hand pressure on the passer.
And now we'll see him at the foul line. In and out on the first one. Peterson, who starred at Prolific Prep in Napa, California. Produces a lot of stars, 30 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists there as a senior. And misses the pair. So still plenty of time here for Louisville. Got to make better passes than that. Batted away and controlled by Peterson. And he will set it up now for Bill Self.
Louisville's defensive game plan in the second half's done a good job of making it hard for Peterson. That's an offensive foul.
They'll get Peterson for that. Trying to clear out some space.
Watch how they're defending him now. He comes up that ball screen. See how far up through came? They're committing a second defender. Right there, there's 6 eyes on him. So he's got to what? Get off the ball and then try to get it back. He can't attack all those 3. If 3 on him, move the ball, make 1 more. Someone's going to get an open shot.
Second half, Louisville's done a good job on him. Just 2 points. And picked off. Once again, it's Bryson Tiller, who's had an outstanding second half. He'll lay it in, and a foul too. Tiller at the line.
They read the flare screen right there. Great job of reading the passer's eyes. If we see this play on this flare screen, you're reading the passer's eyes right there. You see Tiller, his eyes are on the play the whole time. That's 6'11", about 250. Pretty damn impressive play.
Coming back from ankle surgery in March. He redshirted last year. He was a top 25 prospect before coming to Kansas. A 7'3" wingspan and a 3-point play for Tiller.
He's been really solid, and that's exactly what Bill Self wants to see. But that was a really nice. I mean, you think about, here's the flare screen. He reads the passer's eyes. He shoots the gap, advances the ball at 6'11", all right, and finishes.
Can really run the floor. He's been playing both ends. 10 points, 5 rebounds, set some blocks too, and a number of harassing opportunities. Here's Brown Jr. straight on, but no. Rebound comes out high to him. Zipped up top. McNeely off the fake, steps and fires. No.
Good closeout. Great closeout. Putting the ball on the floor.
Council Jr. Dipsy-do, and the follow won't go for Peterson. It's a loose ball, and it'll go the other way.
Obi, what have you noticed on all these 3-point shots? Brown and even McNeely right there. Right, they're running them off the 3-point line and forcing contested shots off the dribble. Not catch and shoot, not 1 more pass, all right, but contested shots off the bounce. The defensive game plan for Kansas was to run them off the 3-point line. They've done a great job with that.
ESPN2 coming up on Sunday. Duke and Tennessee at 7 o'clock on ESPN2. Peterson with a hold. He'll pick up the foul here for Kansas. 6:09 remaining.
That being the studio for that one, that will be a big-time game. Remember the name, Jacoby Gillespie. Started at Belmont, had a great year last year at Maryland. My sources tell me that he might be the best guard in the country. Rick Barnes has freed him up. Jacoby Gillespie, we talk about Adamet. Jacoby Gillespie is as good a ball guard as there is in the country.
We're watching a candidate for best guard in the country here tonight. Woolley at the line. And the sophomore from Tuscaloosa, Alabama, will drop that in. 71-57. The Bill unable to get much closer than 11 or 12 points here in the second half.
This is so good. This is so good for both of these teams. You got stuff that you have on tape that you can go over with the players so they can see and learn in this environment.
Tiller once again at the rim and never got there. Brown Jr. will draw the foul before the shot. And White will pick up his third. So the youngster Brown just 1 for 12 from the field, but he will be at the foul line.
I like that last drive better. Landed off of 2 feet. He's just got to play a little bit better base and a little stronger. He's going to be fine. I mean, if you're watching this game and you're a Louisville fan, Michael Brown, three-point shooting, their least of your problems. Those 2 areas will be resolved. All those 2 areas, Louisville will be just fine. They got to get deeper into their offense. They're trying to get anything off their first action. You know, Pat Kelsey has a saying in practice, action over action over action. Get your second and third action, you'll get a really good shot.
Well, tonight, as you mentioned, a lot of forced threes, 7 out of 30 from three-point distance for the Cardinals. And a shove there by Brown Jr. as he'll pick up the foul. So that'll be his 4th. Again, with the exhibition rules, there are 6 fouls before you foul out. And we will march to the other end and continue to shoot here. So it'll be Jackson at the line for Kansas.
Pat Kelsey said with all these fouls, he said this will be a 2.5-hour game.
It's just about right, I think. So Marco Jackson, 6'3" sophomore, swishes in number 1.
Watching Pat Kelsey in practice today, what was your first takeaway or impression?
My first impression was, how come I don't have half that much energy? And where do they plug him in every day?
That's how he is every single day. You should have seen him yesterday. He was going through walkthrough like in a stance, like guarding people. I said, do you worry about getting hurt? He goes, when I get hurt, that's when I'll stop doing it. I mean, he is the same person every single day.
Well, great passion. A great year behind him in year number 1. I tried to ask him about that and about the satisfaction of coming to this program and quickly getting Louisville back to where they belong. Fantastic year, 18-2 in the ACC. And he really didn't want to talk about that. He wanted to talk about this year, this season's team, tonight's game.
Next play mentality. What's the most important thing? The next thing. It's one of his favorite sayings. So, like, last year was a great building back for the revival. Now you've got to build on that, and this is a different team, and it's going to take time. People forget you only have 1 rotation player back from last season's team.
Yeah, that's right. Brown again with a miss. So the freshman's had a very tough night. His first go around here on the home floor at the Center. Playing an outstanding opponent, a top 20 opponent, but sent some open looks too that just haven't fallen, so it's been a frustrating evening.
Yeah, now you got to look at his body language. He's like, this is something real simple. Get over to your huddle, come together, talk. talk, stay together, right? Shoulders back. I mean, that's all. But this is hard. This is hard for a young player, especially with all the expectation. But give yourself a chance to enjoy this process.
Council Jr. at the line, senior out of Rochester, New York.
It's kind of like you having to work with me.
Now, come on now. Come on. It's always a pleasure. I don't get to work with you enough, but I see you every single night of the season in the studio. You're as prolific as they get.
And some other things, I'm sure.
And I'll leave it at that.
Exactly.
No, it's a great thrill to be able to work with you. And that's going to be in and out. McNeely thought he had it in the cylinder, and it bounced out, but fouled on the play, so at the line to shoot three. 81% for Virginia at the stripe last year.
The problem is when you get in the arena, when your mind starts to percolate after 33 years of coaching, it's probably good and bad. And I'm sure that the truck would agree.
Good to see Peyton Siva here.
What if Russ Dickulus is here?
A terrific player here for the Ville.
Great person.
And how about Bill Self hiring former Kansas All-American Jacques Vaughn, first-year assistant coach?
Jacques Vaughn is an incredible communicator. The experience he has had as an NBA head coach, 20-plus years in the league, brings a wealth of knowledge and brings some NBA concepts to what they're doing as well. And just an incredible guy. I mean, he was a player in Long Beach, in California, when I was at Long Beach State. And I've always been an absolutely huge Jacques Vaughn said. I told him he ruined his whole career by not coming to play for us.
That's right. He said, well, I'm not sure I agree with that, but he had a dynamite career. Council off the dribble, got it back, fired it up, in and out. About 4 minutes left here in this exhibition between Kansas and Louisville. Another loose ball. Badunga getting down and dirty in a tie-up. Possession arrow will bring it to the other end of the floor.
This is not a fumble, guys. This is not a fumble. It's a jump ball.
Still trying to free it. So Kansas to take over possession.
Yeah. Loose ball. That actually looked like a fumble, and like how they decide who has the ball, like when there's 8,000 people in a pileup.
Oh, I know it. Especially if it's on the goal line. And did it break the plane? 4:04 left. Well, football coming tomorrow. That'll be Louisville taking on Boston College here.
How about the win they had last week in football?
Huge. Council Jr. to walk it up now for the Jayhawks, who have been really in control of this thing from about 6 minutes into the game. And after Louisville had taken the lead, Kansas throws it away. Javon Hadley gives up the dribble. Brown Jr. Three and a half to go. Step back and he fires.
That's just a bad possession.
And there have been a lot of those really in the second half.
Get to the second action, the third action. The ball can't get stuck. The ball's got to have energy. And that's a possession they'll show tomorrow and say, we can't do this.
Youngster 1 for 14. Going to keep on firing it up. He'll switch that one in. Well, shoot.
10-point game, but that was a moving rhythm three. That wasn't chased off of,
75-65. And up ahead for Tiller, and a slam by the big. Badunga right there, the 6'10" sophomore on the iron. 77-65. Conwell's been hot. Not this time, a rebound tipped up, man, a whistle underneath. So we've got a break here.
Team plays both ways, solo ball, lead shooter. St. John's, extremely athletic. The people of Louisville know what it's going to be. They're going to pressure and defend. All of these preseason ratings are great, but as we see here, every team in the country is a work in progress. Years past, we started practice October 15th. It's not even November yet. So like what you see now is basically the beginning of a piece of clay being molded. It's not where you are now, it's kind of where you're going.
Brew makes one of two, but a second effort. Rogers has it out high. Louisville trying to make a run here very late and swatted away by Tiller, who continues to have a terrific second half with the three-pointer on target.
8-point game.
77-69. Pressure by the Ville and broken by Council Jr. And they will call the foul there on the trail foul. 2:17 to go. Well, every time Louisville has made a serious run, Bill Self's team has been able to hold them off. Back to that triple.
Good shot block, and Hadley, the Swiss Army knife, knocks down the three. He hasn't had as much impact on this game, and I'm not talking points or rebounds. I'm talking the hustle and the tough plays. That's what he brings to this team.
Bill Self, 32 seasons in a Hall of Fame career, 22 at Kansas, 816 career wins. His team back on top by 10. Rogers on the baseline and a foul. But Dunga picks up the personal. And so he's going to foul out.
Let me ask you, you've done a zillion baseball games and exhibition games early in the season. Like what is a baseball manager's mindset in terms of winning and losing the results in exhibition games?
Get my stars 3 at bats. That's about it, for spring training. I think that's an interesting comparison, but most managers will tell you that results in the spring mean almost nothing. Every once in a while they do, but for the most part they don't mean anything. Get everybody healthy, get your best players, get your guys ready for opening day.
And that's exactly what this is. I mean, like, this is a great dress rehearsal. It's a fact-finding mission. You're learning more about yourself. You're getting a chance to do it in front of a big crowd with game pressure. You're going to be able to review this game film like you would do a post-game. All those things that you're going to do during the season, you're getting out of this. And both of these teams will be better for it.
Louisville's been better here the last 7 or 8 minutes. They make this an 8-point game. Kind of trapped in the corner and a reach and a foul on Rogers. With exactly 2 minutes to go.
Like Bill Self's getting press offense work right now. Pat Kelsey's getting time and score right now, trying to stretch the game. I watch a good job of Jamari. Patient. Come meet the basketball. Read the rotating defender. Really good.
(79-71). And Marco Jackson back to the line to shoot 2. And the first one for the sophomore. So Jackson with another one coming. Kansas continues to make their foul shots here down the stretch, and he makes both. And back up to 10. Conwell, 20-point game on the drive. Nice little spin, but left it short. And another whistle.
That was Tiller guarding Conwell off the drive at 6'10".
Ali Khalifa, the 7-foot senior from Egypt, at the line.
You took a trip to Egypt.
I did. My wife and I went last year, about this time a year ago, and I mentioned that to Ali as you and I were chatting with him earlier today, and did not get a chance to visit Alexandria, where he is from. He was like, "Why didn't you go? It's the best city in Egypt. What's the matter with you?" And I said, "Well, we wanted to see the pyramids and a lot of other things. But you're right. It's a beautiful view. It's right on the ocean. It's
You're
gorgeous."
talking food, and you were eating all the delicacies.
He had a whole lineup of things that we actually ate, and that's why I immediately went on a diet as soon as I came home. But a wonderful, wonderful trip. We had so much fun. A little bit lame here. Council Jr. He's hobbled, reaching for his left ankle as he is fouled on the play.
You think there's a reason he wears the blue sneaker on the left foot and the red one on the right?
I was just thinking that. I'd love to know the answer to that.
Remember the days where teams all wore the same color shoes?
I do. Wasn't that long ago. I also remember the days where head coaches all wore suits and ties.
And your opinion on that is?
I wish they would go back to it.
CEOs. Till the NBA coaches put on suits and ties. Kevin Willard in an exhibition game the other day, suit and tie. I guarantee he wore one today against Virginia.
Well, I've seen Cal do it at
Cal
Kentucky.
wears sport coat.
He wears sport coat.
I think Mark Pope wears the tie at home.
Yeah.
At home.
I appreciate the effort, and as you say, you're a CEO. You're dressing for that look. A timeout here with 1:27 to go, and Kansas with a comfortable lead.
Where's
up by
your
12.
tie?
Where's my tie? Got a closet full of them. So 1:27 to go. Darren Peterson was the talk of our pregame show, certainly for Kansas, and the 6X freshman has lived up to the billing.
When he had to, he took over the basketball game in a lot of different ways. Really good at creating separation off the kickback, got to the front of the rim, also made plays for other people. His ability to elevate with range. Now, Bill Self wants him to get to the rim and get to the free throw line. That shot is as pure as Ivory soap. And last time I thought Ivory soap is 100% pure.
26 points, 9 for 15 from the field.
Efficient.
6 for 10 from three-point territory.
Only 2 points in the second half.
Yeah.
Didn't chase anything. Changed the defensive coverage. They blitzed him more, tried to get the ball out of his hands. Didn't chase it, made the right play.
So a lot of maturity there that he showed in the second half, not forcing it. There have been a lot of fouls called in this one. 55 of them, if you're counting at home.
This game started at 7:30. Pat Kelsey was incorrect because it's 10:02.
It's been a long one with all the whistles, but an exhibition game. And everyone gets 6. Conwell will launch and push it in.
Out of the timeout, really nice execution by the Louisville group. That's what you're getting out of these exhibitions. Time and score.
McDowell looking for somebody, gets it up to White. Approaching 1 minute to go. McDowell back for White, the corner jumper, hits it, the three-pointer. 86-74. Louisville's really got to hustle here with 52 seconds to go. Brown Jr. 2 for 15 shooting it, kind of stumbled through the lane. Khalifa finds an opening off the fake and draws the foul. Adding to the list.
Look at Bill, if you look at Bill Self, he's literally saying, why? Why? Wall up. You practice every day, these teams, in terms of on the drive, elevate, both hands up, wall up, don't bring your hands down. And exhibition games, that's what you get out of it. What a great arena.
Love it. Love coming here. It's one of my
just a
top
great arena.
3. It's
great atmosphere.
Phenomenal. The fans are always amazing. They're into every possession.
I'll tell you the other thing that's impressive. It sounds silly, but as a leader, Pat Kelsey's, your body language has to match your words. And Pat Kelsey's coached every single play this game. And this team will learn and they'll be better from it. And I'm sure he's disappointed because he doesn't want to let down these fans, but he's with his team. And that's a really important thing.
White gets it across from McDowell, and Kansas should run some clock. A reach around foul with 27.9 to go. So 10-point game. And Kansas back to the line.
I've said that a couple of times.
Yes. And down the stretch, 2 shots here for Trey White. This will be their 32nd free throw attempt tonight. White 6 years ago originally committed to Kansas, only to decommit a couple of months later, then went to USC for a year, then a year at Louisville, which was a very tough season under Kenny Payne, and then 1 year at Illinois where he started 31. You see the numbers before coming here to Kansas to play for Coach Self, and that one will fall in, and he has 14.
He's going to be a big piece of this team. His experience, his maturity, playing in big games. I think it's very important for him to have a good season.
Hadley will drop in a 3-pointer, and a timeout here by Pat Kelsey. 21.7 to go. Well, we've talked about the Louisville Cardinals, a very tough schedule coming up.
This is a brutal schedule.
This is Kansas now, North Carolina, Duke, UConn, Missouri, NC State. That is all before Christmas time.
Yeah, before Christmas time. November 18th is Champions Classic. Obviously, that December game against UConn will be a big-time matchup. Missouri will be a NCAA tournament team again this year. And, you know, you're seeing more and more teams, the non-conference, challenging themselves. Big-time matchups. A lot of those games are NIL games. Let's be honest about it. They're NIL games to raise money for your collectives and for your players. But it's great for college basketball. Those type of games help promote our game, which is what we're all trying to do.
Well, Bill has always done that. He's always played that kind of schedule. Kansas doesn't back down from anybody. Louisville playing a very similar schedule in the early going. So Pat Kelsey's doing the same thing. 88-79 Kansas, and the Jayhawks with the ball at 21.7 to go. In for Jackson. Conwell guarding him tight.
Good post up right there. Good job.
And up and in by Tiller. What a nice catch. Well, he's been impressive.
Bill said he wanted to see if he was a gamer when I was at practice the other day, and he's been very good today.
Offensively and defensively. That one up and in by Conwell. And another whistle with 0.8 to go.
If you get a camera on Bill Self right now, it would be pretty comical, because he's like, "Oh, Michael, seriously? Really? We're gonna do that with 0.8 seconds? We're gonna foul?
Gonna foul here? And put him at the line."
Watch, and the conversation those two are going to have are going to be very interesting.
So Ryan Conwell to shoot, the lefty. Give him a